Our episode features three teachers who see their work as more than just a job. Gu Ya left his music career for a mountain school. Li Bolian followed her grandmother's teaching legacy, and Du Xuanmei overcame her physical challenges to inspire students. How does this feel of teaching as calling compared to attitudes toward teachers in your country? And what difference can this deep commitment make for students?
Honestly, I have to admit that my understanding of teaching professions might be limited. But as the child of teachers, I've come to appreciate their dedications a lot, really. And I do believe that most of us probably will wrote in our childhood essays saying that teachers, they are like the beacons illuminating the path of knowledge. Or teachers, they are like gardeners that nurturing glowing seedlings, right? In Malaysia, teachers are held as the nation's souls. I think it's probably because we witness how they try to bridge the class and the ratios divided. For example, like stories in Sarawak teachers, they were rowing their boats just to go teaching classes to those villages, to the longhouse villages. And also we have teachers that in Kelantan, they will help students to sewing their school uniform just because those students couldn't afford to fix that. And I think when missions, when it translates into actions, it's the great time to let children, especially students in those remote areas, to know that education is like wings that lift them up. It's not the chains that holds them back. And I believe that when teachers see their missions, their job as calling, their students will benefit, will gain more than the knowledge itself. They will gain the convictions that they've been chosen, that someone is believing in them. And countless of students in Malaysia, they went into great universities. They embraced their new chapters of life. I think probably it's because of teachers like that.
That's a beautiful way to put it. Education as wins rather than chains. Now, the episode mentions China's massive education system, that 290 million students, including 67 million left behind children, whose parents work far from home. How do you think the scale of China's challenge compares to what you've seen in other countries? And are there specific approaches from the teachers in our episode that could work across different contexts?
Well, I think Malaysia will be much more smaller in scale, I would say. But I do believe that we might facing similar deep-rooted challenges as China's do. For example, we have children of those foreign laborers, they have hard time struggling to access to school enrollment. And we also have kids, especially students that are living in countryside in East Malaysia. They need to take extra time, like 2 hours to rowing on boats to go to school just to get educations. I think this might mirror the China left behind children's dilemma at its core. Like the question is, how can we ensure that the marginalized of voices wouldn't be drawn out by the tide of time? You know, I do really resonated with teachers Lee Williams a lot. The way that she used poetry to help students to express themselves, to listen to their own voices. I wish Malaysian students will have a chance. I wish they can compose their own poems, to write poems about a beautiful rainforest with the ancient language of Iban people, or even draw on the natural wisdom of katas and dusans. And I think when those minorities' voices are heard, the education skies will be truly, truly complete.
I love that vision of completing education sky by including all voices. This brings us to a fascinating question. How does progress happen? Is it through policies and technology alone, or also through the dedication of the individual teachers? Based on your international experience, how do you see the relationship between government education policies and the impact of individual teachers like those in our episode?
After listening to so many moving stories, my answer is, I think the policy, they build the skeleton, but teachers, they are the people that breathe life into it. I believe that teachers' influence lasts long, right? I mean, we do carry on a lot of impact or a lot of knowledge, wisdom from our teachers, even long after we graduated, until now. And in China, I've seen so many young people, they will spend their vacation time to go volunteer, just to go teach in those remote areas to promote the educational equity. And I have seen so many Chinese youth, They actively participate in different child-based educational programs, educational projects. And many graduated university students, they give up on high-paid jobs just to going back to their hometown to contribute something to the society. That dedications really makes me understand something. I think the educational path is like this. The policy, they will provide the papers, and teachers, they will hold the pens. And young people like us, we will clean the ink. Together, we will make sure and ensure that there will be no starlight faders away in this wonderful world.
Thank you so much.